Sure. Anyway, welcome. Borino is with you on this lovely day. Today is a strategic day. We're gonna dive into a strategy how to get 3 expired listings every month. List 3 properties. Practical tips. I have some notes in multimedia. Look at that. I actually not just wrote down notes, but I have them color coded and all. I'm taking this stuff seriously. I appreciate you guys being here. Mr. David Serpa is here, which is a real honor to have you with us, David. Nice to see rock stars coming for ideas, inspirations, just hanging out and supporting each other. I appreciate it very much. And I'll bring you back, David, if you want. We can talk about your new project, which I think is really cool and interesting. So hit me up. All right, my friends. So you're ready to dive in? Are you ready to learn some cool stuff with your coach Borino's lovely noon? All right, let's get started. If you have any questions during the session, please post it. Let me know. I also have an invitation for you, my friends. We are opening the pre-registration to our expired bootcamp that's starting in March for the spring market, so you'll be ready. We're going to spend 5 sessions, 4 weeks together. Very intense training, hands-on training, where I take 50 agents and I'll help you. Together, we will build you an expired system where you have all the systems, all the tools, all the resources, knowledge, skill, mindset, everything that comes with it. After 4 weeks, you'll be out there taking expired listings. So I'm really excited about that. So if you want to check it out, sign up. There is also some cool training there. You will be on a VIP list. Go to expiredplus.com/VIP. Hit that up, sign up, and let me know if I can help. All right, so let's get started. We're going to talk about expired listings today exclusively. 4 things I want to chat to you about. Number 1, where do I find them? How do I go about finding them? Contact information, name, and all that. Yes, MLS is good, but there is a better way to do that. What to do as far as the contact, points of contact. I'll show you an easy contact. I'm also going to show you the 1090 rule. Very important. It's some new stuff that may be new to some of you. We'll talk about the tools you're going to need. Nothing expensive, too complicated, or too difficult. This guy mastered it. What does that tell you? And then we're going to go over numbers. I'm going to break down the actual plan. What will it take to list 3 expires? Now, I'm going to use my numbers, of course. Your will be different because your market may be slightly different, your skill, your experience, and your goals. Maybe you want more, which is cool. So you're in the right place. Okay, you guys are ready? So let's get started. There's a difference between a rock star and an average agent. And it is the difference, the jack of all trade and master of none. We have already entered a time where things are pretty complicated. I mean, we have the virus scare, and we have the economy, and we have the elections, and we have all kinds of crazy stuff that impacts the business and impacts the mindset, doesn't it? It feels different. So in order for you to not just survive, not just to make some money, not just to get some listings and earn some commissions, but to really crush it, which you can and you will, and I'm here to help. That's my pledge to you. Whether you come on board or not, it doesn't matter. We're friends and I'm here to help you. That's my mission. But in order for you to do that, you can't be a dabbler. You can't be a dabbler. You cannot be a jack of all trades. This is the time to deliver your A game, to really deliver mastery. Now, the good news is you don't need to be 10 times better than your competition. You don't need to be 100 miles ahead of your competition. You don't need to spend 100 times more money or do anything in excess. You just have to be better than your competition. You have to demonstrate to your prospects and to your clients that you're their best choice. And that does require your A game. No more dabbling. So that means you have your mindset in the right place. You believe you can do this. You have the confidence. You have the consistency. You don't let your emotions and your fears and insecurities to get in the way. If you do, you address where's the problem. I don't know enough about market, or I need to work on my communication. You cannot be a dabbler. Number 1. Number 2, you must come in with an attitude, I can do this. I can do this. People don't fail because of real estate, because of the mechanics. I can teach you that. I've mastered it. Tens of thousands of my students have mastered it, making money, getting listings. You're going to meet my man Tony in just a moment. So the issue is not the mechanics of the business. That can be taught. That's a set of skills. It really is the mindset first and foremost. You got to go in saying, I got this. I can learn this. I believe I can do it. And most importantly, I'm worth it. I'm worth it. I have what it takes. There's something unique and special about me that I deliver to my clients who will appreciate me. Not everybody, not always. That's fine. I don't get always appreciated. We have 1.4 million real estate agents in the United States. Not everybody loves Borino. Hard to believe, I know. But that's the reality. So go in thinking, I can do this. And the answers I don't have, I can find. The information I don't have, the tools I don't have, I can build. And there's always somebody who can help you. Now you can take a shortcut and come on board with me and we'll do it real quick. We can do it in 5 sessions, 4 weeks. But you can do it. But it starts with the right set of beliefs. Asking yourself the right question. What do I need to learn to do this? Instead of, why is it not happening? Why is it so hard? Expireds are difficult. They're not. I'm here to tell you, and I've been preaching this for the last 20 years in the Church of Borino. Expireds are the easiest listings you can get. Because they're predictable, they're easy to find, you can have leads within minutes, and you're talking to people who want to move. Make sense? All right, so let's dive in. Number 1, where do I find them? The first thing you're going to need is a good data source to get the good data, because this will even out the playing field with your competition. There are several sources out there. There are about 20 different places you can look, MLS, of course, being logically the first one. But that's not good enough. Get a subscription service that's easy, because you're going to log in every morning and boom, you have a set of leads. Now, I know the market conditions right now, the market is hot, so you're not going to have 50, 60 expireds every day. But there is business out there. Let me prove it to you. Sometimes we kind of tend to believe, well, there is no business, there are no expireds, everything is selling. I say bullshit. Not true. Look at the data. This is from my friends as espresso agent. I asked them, in the last 60 days, how many expired listings are they in the following markets? And I just picked 3 random markets. So look at the statistics I just got from my friend Melissa from Espresso Agent. Orlando, in last 60 days, had 5,135 expired, withdrawn, and canceled listings. You think there are some opportunities for our friends down in Orlando? Hell yes. Austin, Texas, 1,803 properties that have not sold yet. And many of these folks will be looking for an agent. And look at Chicago. If you're in Chicago, dude, you're sitting on a gold mine. 20,585 properties that have expired, withdrawn, or canceled from the market. So this whole thing that agents keep screaming, there is no business, there is no business. I say bullshit, there is business. Yes, you got to work for it. Yes, it's not easy, I'll give you that, but it's out there. And if it was easy, anybody could be doing it. We wouldn't be having this conversation. Make sense? So don't buy into the BS, there is no business. Yes, there is. Get a data, work the data. If there are not enough expireds, new expireds, and yeah, there may be some days where you have 1 or 2 or maybe even 0. That's fine. What about those sellers who tried to sell 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 8 months ago, a year ago? Those people will now be thinking, well, spring is here, spring market is here, buyers are coming out of the woodwork, interest rates are low. And in spite of all these scares and all this nonsense and all the stuff that's going on, there will be still people who need to buy, still people who want to sell, still people who must move, still people who will need a good agent to help them, regardless of the pandemonium that may be going on. And God knows there's always something, right? Our friends in Tennessee, my heart goes out to you. What a beautiful place. They just got hit by a huge tornado. We rode motorcycles there last year. What a beautiful country. And I hope everybody's safe. I hope you guys are okay. But remember this, there will always be something. It's just the nature of this crazy world. So to think and hope it's all going to be calm and kumbaya and nothing is happening is bullshit. That's nonsense. It doesn't work that way. This is life, and life has its ups and life has its downs, and we're just one of those roller coaster things. But you still have to stay focused. You still have to get the job done. You still have to go in thinking, there are people out there right now who are looking for an agent, who need my help, and I need to deliver. So start with the good data. Many places you can sign up for Redx, Espresso Agent, that would be my choice, Espresso. This is where the data comes from. They will hook you up with names, emails, phone numbers. Not always 100% accurate, obviously, but good enough to get started. Use the code Borino, check them out, really good service. Now you have the data, now you have something you can start. Now, let's talk point number 2, the easy contact. Now, when I say easy, I mean no resistance contact, where you don't just bash them over the head with some sales scripts from 1985 where it creates a lot of resistance, a lot of tension. You don't need that. But you do need to reach out to them. Because to hope and passively wait that somebody's going to call you, come on, it doesn't work that way. So my suggestion would be, first and foremost, step 1 is call if you can. And I know there's do not call registry. Don't violate anything that would cost you a license or money or any of that. It's not worth it. But if you can, call them. If you can, text them. Send them a short little text. Can you send them an email? Sometimes you can get their email. Send them a little email. Doesn't need to be beautiful prose written by Shakespeare. Just a short little message. Hey, Jim, really sorry about your house. It's a bummer it didn't sell. Seems like a really nice house. Hey, if the right buyer showed up and offered you a really good price, would you guys still be interested? Would you at least consider it? Please let me know. Text me, email me. Boom. Done. Short and simple, okay? Text them, email. Next, mail them something, and I'll show you what you can mail them. So now you're contacting them on all these channels, and here's the best one. This is a good one. Visit them. Visit them, and I'll show you in just a moment why that makes so much sense, why I don't understand why more agents are not doing it. Especially in this day and age where the phone is going away. Here's the 90-10 rule. Out of 100 expired listings, you will reach only about 10 on the phone. The phone as a prospecting method is slowly dying. We have now apps that block calls. We have do not call registries. People simply don't pick up the phone because they don't recognize your number. You and I do the same thing. I do the same thing. If somebody calls me, I don't know who that is. They're not on my phone list. The name doesn't show up. I don't recognize it. It's going straight to the voicemail. I don't bother. So you're going to reach only about 10. Now here's the question. What about the other 90? Who's going to get those? Those are still people who are going to relist. Those are still people who are going to go back on the market. Based on different market conditions and areas, it can be from 30 to 70 to 80%. We'll go back. So let's just half that. I'm just pulling numbers out of my butt, of course, because different areas will vary. But out of those 90, 45 will relist pretty soon. At least in my neighborhood, that's what happens. That's 45 opportunities. That's $8,600 per property, per listing. That's a lot of money. You with me? So the opportunity is there. Don't rely on a single channel. So if I reach 10 on the phone, what about the others? Boom, 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 boom. You with me? Multi-channel approach. That's how you do it. Now, as far as the easy contact, don't go for pitch, don't go for script, don't sound like a telemarketer, like a robot. That's not going to get you anywhere. I tried. Didn't work. What you want to go for is, here's the secret, conversation. Conversation. Because friends, you're in the people business. This is still a people business. One human being helping another human being. Go for a conversation, whether it's on the phone or the text, or best in person. This is by far the easiest way to win somebody on your side, to help them drop the barrier, because naturally they resist because you're a salesperson. They just got burned by an agent. They're not all that happy. So give them the opportunity to be pissed off and be kind of aloof and be distant and have the resistance. But with the right skill, you can overcome that. Ask a few simple questions. I totally understand you guys are not ready to jump on the market right away. I wouldn't be either. I get it. But maybe down the road, you change your mind. Where did you want to go? What was the plan? How soon would you like to ideally be there? Have you found the house yet? Good for you. What brings you to Florida? Awesome. Conversation. Few simple questions. You with me? Now, maybe they're ready, maybe they're not. Maybe you click right away, maybe it's going to require some time. That's normal. Remember how I tell you, real estate is like dating. You're talking to a perfect stranger, so they need to warm up to you a little bit. They need to develop a certain level of trust and connection before they can open up to you and tell you, this is really what we're trying to do. Here's our dream and goal, and this is what we'd like to accomplish. Here's how soon. And then a good question pops up, can you help us? Because they need your help. They want help. They want a competent, good agent, somebody who is not just a shyster looking for a commission, but more someone who is a counselor, a guide, who has their best interest at heart, who comes in from the heart. Yeah? All right. So now let's talk about the tools. What tools do you need to make this work? In addition to the good data provider, which there are several out there, go check out our friends at Espresso. I think you will be pleased. I think it's a good system. It's a good idea to get a dialer. So tools. First, a data source. A dialer may be good because it will expedite the process of calling. Now, the point of the calling is you very seldom, hardly ever will get a listing appointment over the phone, but that doesn't mean you cannot get into a conversation or just tell them, hey, let me just swing by. I'm going to drop off some information just to say hi, put a face to the name, and who knows, maybe down the road you guys decide to put the house back on the market. I'll be happy to help. That's all you need to do. One baby step at a time, small little baby steps, okay? So you're going to need a dialer. The next thing you're going to need is a CRM, contact management system, customer relationship management, whatever you want to call it, good CMS. Because as you're collecting these leads, as with dating, it's going to take some courtship. It's going to take a little bit of time. Now, unlike a bunch of other leads, like door knocking leads, cold calling leads, online leads, that need a long incubation time. They need a long follow-up. The window of the follow-up can be 6 months, a year, sometimes more. The expireds are usually a lot shorter. Because if they tried once, they already have in their head, we want to sell, we want to move. If they develop a relationship with somebody who they can trust, somebody who's competent, doesn't usually take long, but there is still usually some follow-up. My experience has been at least five follow-up touches. For that, you need to stay organized with a good contact management system. It doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't need to be elaborate. It doesn't need to be a monstrosity that costs you hundreds of dollars. A basic CRM will put you back, what, 10 bucks, 20 bucks a month. That's about it. But you need one where you can house these leads so you can, through repetition, start building connection and relationship with them. Make sense? So if you're not using good CRM, or at least using CRM, doesn't even to be good enough, you're leaving money on the table. You're losing business because it does require some repetition. That's how familiarity and trust is built. All right? Now, the secret weapon here, as far as which tools you're going to need, is your expired package. An expired package. This was something I developed early on. I might even have an old version here somewhere. If you want to laugh, let's see if I can find it real quick. Oh yeah, I do. Look at this. This was my old black and white expired package. This is how it all started. See? Pictures with my clients. I don't know how much of you can see it. A letter from my client. References, properties I sold. Super basic. I literally printed this in my office, black and white printer, nothing fancy. But you know what? It was better than my competition because most of them show up with their business card. That's it. Now, today, you're going to get with the Expired Plus, and if you join us on the bootcamp, a nice brochure that's designed specifically for expireds that looks like this. And artwork, text, everything is geared towards the psychology of an expired listing. You can develop your own, of course, or if you want to get mine, I'll be more than happy to get you. This is part of the Expired Plus if you join us. But it's all written and designed for an expired listing. See that? Sold, sold. There's one more. Sold right here. See that? That's what the seller wants, so they can move on. So that's why this is designed specifically for expireds. Then there is some follow-up materials like this. This is from my rockstar student, Karen. See that? So put something like that together, because here's the advantage. Some of the expireds you're going to talk to on the phone, you're going to swing by, stop by. Some you will never talk to on the phone, but you still can swing by, have a little conversation with them. Hand this to them. Now they have a connection with you. Now they have started building a relationship with you. If they're not there, you're going to leave it there for them. Because they will come home, and I guarantee you, if there's a big envelope in their front door with their name on it, they will going to open it. Nobody's going to toss it in the trash. It may end up there eventually, but at the beginning, they're going to go through it. Impact. They see your face. They see your name. They're getting to know you. So that when you do follow up, it's not exactly 0% relationship cold call. Suddenly they go, oh, yeah. I left that package there for you. Did you have a chance to go through? Oh, that's you. Okay. Well, we had a question. There was a listing around the corner. Build a conversation. So put together an expired package. Make sense? Now I'm going to show you another way we're going to use this. So these are the tools you need. You are now ready to go with some practice building your conversation skills, which really is the most important core skill you must develop, is to make strangers feel comfortable talking to you. And this was one of the big barriers for me, because as an immigrant, I had a thick accent, I didn't know a lot of the stuff, I didn't know real estate very well either. I had a lot of insecurities, you know what I mean? And talking to strangers was really a challenge for me. That was very difficult for me at first. But what I discovered was, it is not a talent. Yes, 1 in a million, that special person who is a people person, who is just really great at talking to people and just very vibrant and easy to talk to. For these people, that's easy, but for you and I, it's a skill that we need to develop, and that's what I had to do. So with some practice, I figured out how to make strangers feel comfortable, how to ask questions, build relationships, smile, good eye contact. It's just a set of little skills. And again, during the bootcamp, we're going to work on that. So now we're ready to go. Now let's talk about the plan. So we have the tools in place. We have the information we need. We have the steps. Now let's break down the numbers. Now again, I'm going to assume that this is my plan. So these are my numbers. You may be a lot better at this. Your market may be different than mine. But I'm just going to go by what I would plan if I were to put this in place right now. Okay? So here are the numbers. I would divide into 2 groups. I would have a conversation group. Conversation, all right? So my goal with the conversation group, these are expireds that I would start calling first. My objective would be to have 2 conversations a day. preferably in person. Because the cool thing is to have 2 conversations, I don't need to spend half a day doing that. So I would first try on the phone, those I can. Remember, 10% about will answer. And then I would pick a few and see if I can reach them at home. Get my Spark package, talk to them. Because do the math with me. 2 a day, and let's say I would do it only 5 days a week. I'm a lazy bastard, I want to take it easy, take 2 days off. So 10 a week, 10 conversations a week. That's 40 a month. 40 a month. All right? So now I have 40 potential leads. Yeah? Out of those 40, let's say, and again, I'm just assuming now, half, not interested, relisted, not a listing I want. So now out of those 40, I have 20 leads that I will follow up with. Make sense? Okay. So 2 conversations a day, 10 a week, 40 a month. I'll keep 20 leads, 50%. I'm being very conservative. Now I'm going to have a second group. I will mail 2 a day. So I will take 2 packages, and this can be non-occupieds or properties that I didn't reach at home, or I just don't have the time to drive more than those that I selected where I'm going to have the 2 conversations. So I'm going to mail 2 packages a day. So I'm going to send 10 of those per week, and that's another 40 a month. You with me? Now, because I didn't reach them in person, I would presume that my success ratio will be lower there. So I'm only going to take 10 leads that I'm going to follow up with. Some will relist, some I'm not interested in, so I'm going to end up with 10. So now I have 30 leads I'm following up with every month. And out of 30, my numbers, 3 listings. 3 listings. Because on average, it would require 10 expired leads for me to convert 1 into a listing. You with me? So that's my plan. 2, 10, 40. Okay? All right. That's how I would get 3 listings. Now, yes, it will require work. Yes, it requires follow-up. Most of my follow-up with these will require between 5 and 15 touches. 5 to 15. And they can convert some expireds, depending on their urgency, their motivation, their circumstances. Some are ready right away. They know, oh, the previous agent didn't work out, listing run out, but we got to move. Those are people in situations like a divorce, baby on the way, job transfers, where life circumstances create high urgency for them. They picked the wrong agent at first, maybe overpriced the property at first, but I'm not concerned about price, I'm concerned about their motivation. Those are the primo ones. Once in a while you hit them and they're awesome. Some, though, will have some time to think about it, to mull it over, to decide what they're going to do. Those will require some follow-up. There, I'm building 2 things. My relationship with them, where they know who I am, they recognize my face, they recognize my name, and my positioning while I'm qualifying them. So I'm establishing that, look, I'm an authority. I know what I'm doing. And remember what I said at the beginning. You don't need to be the rock star 100 times better than your competition. You're just slightly better. And all it requires is they just like you a little more. They just trust you a little more because you're a little more authentic, you're a little more genuine, you're a little more real. Less salesy or less needy. That's all it takes. Because at the end, friends, I'm here to tell you, sellers don't pick the best agent. Because if you really pause and think, well, what the hell is the best agent anyway? How do you define it? By the number of homes sold or by the years in the business? None of that is really an accurate indicator that they will serve well and build a relationship and help these people. You with me? So it really comes down to they're competent, confident, and compassionate. And that's what you are. And that's how you're going to win them. But it may take some time. Now, what about the expireds that require a little more follow-up? I'll keep in touch. I'd rather keep in touch 3 months, 4 months, if that's what it takes, to get a chance to sit down with them and hopefully list the property. Then lose that chance. You with me? So yes, these are listings that you can convert pretty quickly if the circumstances allow that. But if they don't, keep in touch because you keep adding new people constantly because you constantly doing the 2 a day, 2 a day, 2 a day, 2 a day, 2 a day. All right? Is that helpful? That's how, my friends, you can get 3 listings every single month doing this consistently. Now, here's the best part. I'm mailing 2 packages a day. I'm visiting 2 people a day. Not that hard. With a part-time assistant, this is not too difficult or too intense, because a lot of, especially the follow-up part, you can delegate. You can get a virtual assistant or even a real assistant for a couple hours a day who can help you with the packages, who can help you send the follow-up. And like the Expired Plus, of course, you can get some letters and postcards that you incorporate into the mailing to keep in touch. That it's not just videos or texts or emails or phone calls. Those are important. But they're also getting tangible stuff in the mail, like my student Karen sent something nice like this. And yes, this is part of the Expired Plus. Okay, the templates. All right. So let's look at your questions. Do you use the same dialogues as expired listing for temporary withdrawal on canceled? Andrew, that's a very good question. As far as the dialogue for canceled or expired, same thing. What you want to discover is two things. What happened and what would be the best outcome for them, now or later. So through conversation, first I want to figure out, well, why did the property expire? Although that is not that important to me. What I really want to figure out is, would these people be better off, and they need to figure out as well, would these be people better off somewhere else? Is it in their best interest? Is it their real desire to either get away from something here, which is the problem the property causes? It could be property is too small, the neighborhood is too noisy, or the schools are going down the tags, whatever. Or is it something that really draws them? They really would like that big house on the golf course, or move closer to the family, or get that new promotion, that new job near the headquarters. You know what I mean? So that's what you want to decipher through dialogue. So you ask these kind of questions. Now understand that it does require a certain level of trust and relationship and connection before they can open up and really tell you. Because just like you and I don't like to talk to strangers, and especially if they're salespeople, because they try to sell us something and beat us over the head, give me your money. So at the beginning, you're starting at that level where it's more about trust and connection first, and then going into the plans and dreams and desires and circumstances of what's going on in their life. So, but the conversation is the same. Now, one thing, be aware that withdrawn listings in certain areas are still under contract. Now, I can't give you legal advice, so please don't expect legal advice. Talk to your broker or your attorney, obviously. But remember, sometimes withdrawn listings are still under contract with the previous agent. Don't ever want to solicit other people's listings. Don't ever want to get in trouble. So make sure you don't step on somebody's toes and get in some kind of trouble. But other than that, the approach is the same. All right, Derek, any room left? Yes, yes, I see your comment. Absolutely. Email Roseanne real quick, we'll set you up. California Luxury Listing is saying great information as always. That's good. Oh, Karen, that's Karen. Nice to see you, Karen. Glad you're enjoying it. Fantastic. Hey, Mr. Jason Fazio, always good to see you, my good sir. Saying hello to everybody. All right, right. Vic is with us. Nice to have you guys. This is how you do it, guys. Don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate it. The system works because it is simple. Because you don't get tangled in 174 different steps. It's not too complicated. The power of this is, can you do 2 conversations a day? Of course you can. Can you have somebody on your staff, or worst comes to worst, your wife or spouse or husband or somebody, or even you, send 2 packages a day? Of course you can. Can you send some texts? Of course you can. Can you knock on somebody's door and have a little conversation? Of course you can. You know what's going to stop you? You know what's going to get in the way? The drunken monkey, the mindset. Because especially if you don't see results right away, and this was a big barrier for me. I started doing this, and I didn't see results right away. And immediately a doubt kicked in. I'm doing it wrong. This doesn't work. They're not going to relist. There's something better out there. But I don't know, Facebook ads. Try running Facebook ads these days effectively with all the approval process. Yeah. But that's neither here nor there. I don't oppose Facebook ads. I'm just telling you, you are sitting on a gold mine of opportunities. You saw the numbers earlier. These are real people who need real help. But it does require real skill, people skill, communication skill, and persistence, consistency. Because even those who say no, and there'll be some expireds who will tell you no. I had many of those, where I would knock on the door, had a nice conversation with them, lovely people who said, we're retired, we are thinking about moving to Oregon, but it looks like we're not going to get our prize, we're just going to stay where we are. We kind of abandoned the plan, which they believe at the moment. But 2 months later, there's a for sale sign in their front yard. Has that ever happened to you? Somebody who told you no, listed with somebody else, and there goes $5,000, $6,000, $8,000 commission? Happened to me. It is a game of persistency. So what you do every single time you have a conversation with them, if you even suspect or you get a hint, and many times this is more of a feeling, there's no mathematical formula that will predict this accurately. But sometimes I would just have a hint, you know, like a hunch, like something would tell me, keep in touch with these guys. I would simply say, Joe, totally understand that. And if you decide to stay, I respect it, no problem. I'm not here to pressure or anything. If you're better off here, it seems like you have a lovely house, more power to you, enjoy it. Would it be okay if I dropped you a note in a few weeks just to update you what's going on in the neighborhood, touch base with you guys? Would you be okay with that? I promise you, if you do this in a non-threatening, non-salesy way, almost every single seller will say, yeah, sure, follow up with us, that's fine. And now I open the door for follow-up, for nurturing and relationship, because I know something they don't. I know that even if at the moment, to them, it feels like they're not moving, they're not selling. Statistically, many of them will. And they will list always, 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 always with an agent they like, trust, and respect the most. The easy way to build that relationship, trust, and respect is being high-status advisor authority who is helpful, who's not needy or salesy, who's not just there for the commission. That's the secret. That's how you do it. Okay? All right, more questions? Yes, yes, yes. Wendy says, can you get a screenshot of my whiteboard? Ta-da! Yeah, I can post it as a picture, Wendy. Of course. Not that hard. What do you give them in the package when you first visit them for the first time? Very good question. Let me show you what goes in the Expired package. This comes with the Expired Plus. Now, if you're curious about it, guys, if you'd like to join me, go to expiredplus.com/VIP. Here it is. expiredplus.com/VIP. Sign up for it. I'll send you more information. That's going to be our cool boot camp. This training, for what you're signing up for, of course, you're not buying the boot camp yet. Boot camp, the registration is opening next week. So if you sign up, you're going to get more info on it. You're going to get some cool free training from me as well. So do check it out. expiredplus.com/VIP. It comes with the Expired Plus 5.0, the newest and the latest. Now let me show you the package. This is what it looks like. There's the brochure I showed you. That's this one, right? This one. You see what it looks like. It's a nice trifold. There's information. It's all about the seller. That's the cool part. This is not about selling you. This is about establishing, I understand how you guys feel. It kind of sucks. Here is some cool info. So they flip through it. There's the picture, contact information, all written specifically for Expired. So you put that there. You can put your own together. You can get mine, of course. There's a cover letter just saying, hey, this sucks that it didn't sell. Would like to talk. Call to action is very simple, non-threatening. It is not about, list with me, I'm number one. It is more about, it sucks. If you still are curious, could you still sell? What's going on? Reach out to me. There's a market update. This one, what you see on the screen, is from Cloud CMA, but you can just use your MLS. There is the MLS printout and some marketing samples. That's about it. Easy to put together. Now, the purpose of the package is to pre-sell you, of course, start building relationship, reposition you away from your competition. That's number one. And number two, the reason you want to include market update, not a CMA, just a quick update, is because you understand that people react emotionally. Their state right now, how do most expireds feel? They're frustrated, they're confused, they're disappointed. They're just kind of like, well, what are we going to do now? This dick didn't get the job done. Who are we going to pick? How are we going to go about it? We still want to go to Florida. Our daughter is there. So if you start introducing, hey, look, other neighbors are selling. Homes are selling. They're getting good price. Other people are listing. They're moving. You can too. It's to rekindle the hope. And the samples of your marketing, again, doesn't need to be fancy. You saw my black and white resume. It looked pretty hokey, homemade, ghetto, but it worked because it was still better than most agents. So you want to incorporate, I would include like an open house invitation postcard, property flyer, just to show the seller, look, I do something to promote my listings. I work. I'm not a lazy bum sitting on my ass hoping that the for sale sign out there and input in the MLS will get the listing sold. I do more than that. It's just a demonstration that I'm competent. Because at the end, they're looking for an agent who's competent and confident and compassionate. Those are the three magic C's. Okay, so that's what goes into the Expired package. During the boot camp, it's actually on our session 1, marching orders. We'll go through it in great detail. I will help you put it together, and we will actually link you up with a printer who will print those for you. So that comes with the training. All right, so that's the answer. I hope that was helpful, Austin. Robert likes it. He says, great content. Awesome. Glad you're enjoying it. So guys, you're sitting on an opportunity, and especially with the spring just around the corner. That's why we timed the bootcamp this way. Because by the time we're done, after session 5, where I'll break down the entire system, session 1 will be all preparing your tools, your CRM, the Expired package, and everything else you're going to need. Session 1 will be all about the first contact. How do you reach out to them? How do you communicate with them so they don't hang up on you? So they're pleasant on the phone. And again, it's just a set of skills and strategies you're going to use without memorizing scripts, without closing them, without some salesy shenanigans, none of that. Session 2 will be how to visit. How do you carry the visit? What kind of questions to ask? Session 3 will be about follow-up. Am I on 3? 1, 2. Marching orders, first contact, visit, follow-up, objections, and then setting it up as a system, planning it, and moving forward. So these are the 5 sessions that are coming. It's going to be really good. We're opening registration. You will know about pricing and all that. Go to expiredplus.com/VIP. Sign up for it. All it needs is your email. You don't need anything else. You will also watch that new video that I just recorded about leads. This will be posted there as well, and there'll be more training. And we're going to ramp up for the registration for the bootcamp. Now, heads up, just a friendly reminder, not a sales pitch, but a reminder. Every single time, I teach this bootcamp about 2 or 3 times a year because it is intense and it takes a lot of time for me to prepare and get it together for you. And we have 5 live sessions, webinar sessions, Zoom sessions, so you don't have to travel anywhere, don't have to worry about any virus or anything. You can learn this at home. But I only teach it 2 or 3 times a year. And we sell out every time because I lock down the registration at 50. This way you have access to me, you can ask questions. The group is manageable. So I can pay attention to each and every one of you, give you enough attention because my commitment to you is for this to work for you. Not just to give you some information and go, hey, good luck, hopefully this will work for you. So I will stay with you until it's done, until you understand, until you have it implemented. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be operational. You will know, you will be doing stuff, and I will check on you every week. You're going to send us a report. Because this is the difference between a class and a boot camp. In a regular class, there is a dude or a gal in front of you telling you what to do, right? In the boot camp, not only will we analyze and break it down in simple steps what you need to do, but at the end there'll be specific assignments every week. So you're moving forward. You're actually implementing rather than like a bunch of books and seminars and workshops and good ideas sit on your shelf collecting dust. So we're not going to do that. All right? That's the difference. And I will have my whip on you if you need a little stimulation, a little motivation, a little inspiration, a little accountability crack. Because if you do come on board, you show me commitment. My commitment to you is for you to have an operational system so you're competent with Expired. So you're getting results with Expired. You're not a dabbler anymore. You're on the way to mastery. Now the mastery may take a little longer. It took me 9 months to really figure it out. But I'm a slow learner. I didn't have Borino in my life who helped me with the package and all that. I had to experiment and try that shit on my own. So a lot of it didn't work. So we're going to bypass all those mistakes. Cool? So go to expiredplus.com/VIP. All right, Derek is really enjoying it. Awesome. Great content. Louis and Claudia, good. All right, guys. That's my invitation to you. Come join us. Sign up for the VIP. Be in front of the line so that when we open the registration on Monday next week, you will be able to join us. And I'm excited because a week after that, once we ship you all that stuff, you're going to get a book from me, which is the manual, the Expired manual. You're going to have access to the library where all the materials are for your instant download so you can start working on it. And of course, you're going to have access to me, so I will hold your hand and help you build all this. No matter where you are, if you're just starting out and you want to have a good source of business, this would be my first recommendation. I don't think there is an easier source of leads and listings than Expired. This is even better than referrals. You heard me right. This is better than referrals. I love referrals. I teach referrals. I wrote a book on referrals. But here's the problem with referrals. You cannot project referrals. You cannot build this kind of plan with referrals. Because, friends, you can go for 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks without anyone calling you with a referral. You don't have direct control over referrals, and here's the problem. People who depend on referrals then tend to get desperate, start annoying their sphere of influence, sending them texts and calls, going Amway on their ass, and then they're surprised people don't take their phones and referrals dry out. The beauty about this system is that I can project it. I can build a business plan around this. And more importantly, I say, okay, I know how to get 3 listings, let's make it 4, let's make it 5. You can scale it. I have some students, let's see if I have their picture. Yeah, right here. Luke and Krista. You know how far they went? 12 listings in 1 month. In January, in fucking Michigan, where it was like minus 80 degrees. 12 listings. They were actually cute, kind of pissed off, saying, hey, we need more signs. You owe us, Borino, which is nice. so you can scale it. That's why I teach this stuff. That's why I'm so passionate about it. Because you are getting now business. People who are raising their hands saying, hey, we're trying to sell. Is there anybody out there who's competent enough, who's not an asshole, who's not pushy, who's not needy, who can help us? That's why I teach that. I could be teaching a bunch of other stuff. But I'm here to figure out the easiest, fastest, best way for you to forget about buyers, driving around every weekend, competing with 20 other offers, working for months, hope to get paid. Why not just get good listings? You will get buyers. All you need is good listings. You will get sign calls. You will get your sellers who need to move up. You will get the buyer business. But what you need to master is the seller business. And I will offer you mindset, I will offer you skills, and I will offer you tools, systems. That's what's required. Your part, you got to do the work. I can't do that for you. Nobody can. But if you're willing to do that, I'm willing to help. Okay, guys? This is the magic. Yes, easy listings. Don't get swayed by new and shiny. You can still do Facebook if you're up for it. If you can still do 40 other things. But have your core funnel in place that you can depend on. They will always be there for you. New expireds, canceled, old expireds. You can go back as far as you want, as back as you want. You're talking to people who need an agent. Talk to a coach who's called the Expired Guru. I want to help. I've trained thousands and thousands and thousands of agents. I would like to train you. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you very much for being here today. Here's the URL, expiredplus.com/VIP. Sign up for that list. Let me know if I can help. Registration opening next week. Please look for a post. We're going to post it on Rockstars. There'll be a video on YouTube. It's going to be on our podcast. And of course, if you're on my email list, we're going to send you a quick email with the links, with the information, pricing, all that good stuff you're going to get with it. There'll be a cool special offer for you I think that you're going to like. And I would love to see you in the boot camp because March can be an amazing start for you. So if right now you feel like something needs to change, in spite of all the craziness going in the world, I have a business. I have bills to pay. I need to get my ducks in a row so that I don't 6 months from now have to look for another job. I want to help. I want to make sure that 2020 is really a good year for you, a great year for you. Profitable, where you help a lot of people, take a lot of listings, and feel good. Feel the freedom that you can feel. No more fear. Don't buy into the fear. I believe in you. That's why I do these live sessions. That's why I put this group together. That's why I produce my videos. That's why I write these books. Because I believe, just like I went through the hardship and struggles, and I turned victorious at the end, I want the same for you. Where you feel good about what you do. You feel good about helping your clients. They feel good about hiring you. And they don't mind paying you. They see the value in what you provide. But in order for you to get there, there are a few obstacles we need to get through. A few systems we need to build and a few skills we need to develop. But at the end, I can't promise you it's going to be easy. And I can't promise you it's going to happen overnight. But I do promise you one thing. When you get this done, the feeling is amazing. And it's totally worth it. So come join me. Go to expiredplus.com/VIP. Sign up for the list. It doesn't cost anything. It's totally free. No spam either. We're going to only send you cool stuff. Would like to keep in touch with you. If you have any questions, reach out, email, call, post questions here. I'll be happy to help. With that, my friends, I appreciate, thank you very much for being here today. Thank you for your time and your attention. If I can help, do let me know. And with that, make it a phenomenal, productive, amazing day. This is your Coach Borino. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you soon. Let's go get him. Ciao.